Morning, Alison Mead here, another day on my keto fitness journey. I'm having one of those days today when walking seems like a little bit of an effort. It's a beautiful morning, bit frosty yesterday. I did come out all wrapped up, nice and warm in hat and gloves and everything, and I'm all ready because the walk had to take all those off as I'm getting too hot. The sun is shining, and look, the forest here is beautiful with the sun glinting through the trees. But some days when I'm walking, I feel like I could just walk forever. You know, the joints are free, walking seems smooth. Other days, like today, I feel a little bit wibbly wobbly, and no particular aches and pains, just doesn't feel quite smooth. But I'm out doing my usual 2 miles with Daisy, because as I said on previous videos, this is now a habit. Get up, get out of bed, drink my aloe vera gel and a few supplements. I have Forever Living omega-3 Arctic Sea, which has got omega-3 in it. I have Forever Move, which has got eggshell and turmeric in it, and turmeric again could be great for the joints. And then come out for a walk to get things moving before I go and sit at my desk for the rest of the day. So the Keto Fitness Club that I'm on, everybody absolutely raves about the Ninja Foodie, which is basically the large size one that I've got, about 200 quid, paying 4 monthly instalments, and it's a slow cooker, a pressure cooker, air fryer, dehydrates. I really need to try and dehydrate bacon actually, and is just a small handy pot to use where I can set things on a timer and I don't need to worry about them. So I feel like it's much safer than using a freestanding pressure cooker and things. My old slow cooker didn't used to turn itself off, so I've been able to pass that on to a friend. And as it's a smaller capacity and space, you're using less energy than you would in your oven. So I had a lamb shoulder yesterday, and I meant to slow cook it all day to look forward to this nice warm stew in the evening. Got to about lunchtime, it's like, oh shit, I forgot to put the lamb on. And I've never used a pressure cooker really before, I'm just learning. So it wasn't a huge piece of meat. So this is what I did in my Ninja Foodie, just to give you an idea of something simple to do. So I stuck it on saute mode on medium, and I threw in a little bit of coconut oil, some leeks, a bit of garlic, chopped up a couple of carrots, and sauteed those nicely. I then chopped up into little cubes half a Swede and threw that in. And I then put in my lamb shoulder and browned it nicely on both sides. I then used a lamb stock cube and made up about half a pint of stock and threw that in, and stuck it on pressure cooker for half an hour. I then decided to Google and saw what other people had done, and they had pressure cooked for a lot longer than that, but mine was quite a small piece of lamb, so I thought that would do. By the time it had finished pressure cooking, it was about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I didn't want to eat dinner till a little bit later in the evening, so I just stirred it around a bit and then put it onto slow cook on low and just left it sitting there until I was ready to eat. When it's time to eat, I whipped out the lamb shoulder, took all the meat off the bone, chopped it up into nice chunks, and stuck it back in. And oh my God, it was beautiful. Just perfect autumn, dark night comfort food. I'd also made a loaf of mega bread that day, which isn't keto, it's just low carb because it uses vital wheat gluten in it. I'd actually got a friend of mine to come over, and she'd just bought a bread maker and wasn't sure how to make the bread, so we made 2 loaves together in exactly the same way in the 2 bread makers. It was quite funny. They were both powering away on the worktop, slightly out of sync for a couple of hours. And it was amazing, actually. The bread came out so entirely, completely differently in the 2 bread makers. My friend's in a new bread maker. It just didn't quite cook fully. It looked a little bit squidgy. So never like to waste anything. Whipped it out of the bread maker, stuck it in a loaf tin, and then baked it for another 15 minutes in the oven. And it wasn't as light and airy as the bread that came out of my bread maker, despite it being the same recipe, but it was still perfectly edible, and she was just chuffed to have some bread that she'd made for herself. So there you go, there's a couple of ideas. I know when I first got my Ninja Foodie, I was kind of a little bit paralysed as to how to use it, because there's so many functions, you know, a lot of them I've just never used before, and it's what to do and how to cook it. I'm just getting really good now at doing different combinations of meat and veg in there, 1-pot meals, nice and simple, nice and easy, and then you can just come in and have something nice and warm to eat at the end of the day. So it's Alison, still on her keto fitness journey. I'm going to have to find a better way to hold this camera, because my arthritis in my shoulder just kills me just after holding it up for a little bit. I think it's just going to be one of those days where it's got a bit colder and things are just going to be a little bit achy. So I'm looking forward to getting home, having a nice hot cup of tea, and then sitting in my warm office for the rest of the day. And Daisy will be having a little sleep, having had a beautiful walk out in the forest. That's me rambling on again. Alison on my keto fitness journey. If you want the recipe for the low carb bread, then I'll put a link in the comments later when I get the chance, and or just look for Keto Fitness Club. But yeah, I'll see you again soon. Another beautiful day. Bye.